let's get into this, and yeah, we can chat some more about it afterwards, as always. Here we go.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole way through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Other arms reach out to me, other eyes smile tenderly, still in peaceful dreams I see the road leads back to you. Georgia, Georgia, no peace I find, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind.
that bluesy ending. Man, really nice rendition, and I really like the accompaniment on this also, which is important. But man, as soon as she started singing, I was like, Karen. It's funny because we no longer have Karen Carpenter, but she lives on through Tori, and it's almost like we get to hear Karen singing these songs that we've never heard Karen sing before. And yeah, yeah. And I'm reading Ralph's comment here. I keep thinking how much fun it would be to get these girls together with Tim from Boxes and Pulses and lead in Friends Band. Wow. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's interesting, Ralph, that you mentioned that. I was talking with Constantine Dello from the HSCC, from Heine Street Country Club, and he had mentioned to me that they were trying to get a double billing with Leonid and Friends, and just logistically, it just didn't work out. And I think it's really hard to get these groups to just coordinate within their universe to do stuff that coordinating with another group is just almost impossible. And that's kind of the feeling that I got from him as we were talking about it, that it's just really really difficult. There are a lot of moving parts, and there are a lot of um, people in these groups. They have families, and the logistics of the traveling and all of that tend to be pretty daunting, so it makes it really tricky. um, yeah, let's see. Tori could sing with HSCC any day of the week. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. If you think about it, because HSCC, they do so many styles and so many bands, and Tori would be great. She would fit right in, if they were to do a song that was like maybe something from the 70s. That she would actually slay. She would slay that. That would be amazing. Um, yeah, one of the things about Tori that I wanted to mention is that early on when I was doing the reactions, I did a lot of songs that were Carpenter songs that she had done, and I really I was amazed by that, and I just kind of thought that that was all that she did until I started hearing her branch out and do other things, and I was like, wow, because she is able to get away from that Karen Carpenter sound. I've heard her. She can slip into other, ways of singing, because Karen has definitely this distinct delivery, but that's not all Tori does. So I was really happy to see that she was able to do, these other tunes and stuff, and I was like, okay, this is really good, because she's just not pigeonholed into this one thing. She could do other stuff. So happy to know that. Um, let's see. Any other comments before we move on about Tori? Anybody? And definitely let me know if the audio, the video, or anything is not up to par, because this is the first time that I'm doing this. Let's see. Um, oh yeah. So Joe says, to the question, YouTube introduced me to Tori in October of 2023. All I saw were shorts. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Then in 2 weeks, she dropped the full Backrack David medley, and I had a full length video to request. Oh, very good. I was off to the races. Indeed, you were. Um, Ralph says, I wonder if she and Chase could collaborate. Chase is moving to New York City to kickstart her career. Oh, I didn't know that, Ralph. I'm checking my email from Joe. Let's see. Let's see if I got something coming in here. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna show this. Thanks, Joe. Let me see if I can get to fit on the screen here, so you all can enjoy it. Come on, shrink down, shrink down. Doesn't want to shrink down, but you can get their faces on this. Check it out. Look at that. Look at that. Very nice. Very nice. How cool is that? He is such a nice guy. I met Richard at the Leonid and Friends show in Oxnard, and what a sweet man that he is, and legendary. It was funny. I'll just tell you real quick about that. So yeah, I was back hanging with the Leonid and friends in the back room, the green room, and kind of this buzz started to happen. Like people were, oh, he's coming. I'm like, who's coming? Who's coming? So Richard Carpenter's on his way in, and then he walks through the door, and I just stared at him, and I was thinking to myself, this guy's a legend. It was amazing. This guy just comes walking in, an older gentleman, smile on his face, and I was just standing there in awe of this guy's career. What he's done with Karen, for music for all those years as I was growing up. Because I remember, all those songs, and it was just amazing to be in the same room as him. And it was funny because I was standing there. I was like in shock. It was almost like I wasn't in the room. It was almost like I was watching it on a video. So I was just standing there, and Roman, Leonid's son, was talking to him, and then Richard turned and looked at me, and he put out his hand to shake my hand. He goes, "Hello," because he didn't know who I was, obviously. And then Roman said, "Oh, this is Jeff, Stratele Studio, blah, blah, blah." And he told me, he goes, "Oh, very nice to meet you." So he actually reached his hand out to me. I was just frozen. So that was really cool. Let's see. Very cool. Very cool. All right, let's move on to our next one, which would be my man, Matt. Let's see if I got any notes here. Okay. Okay. Matt is sharing one of his favorite artists, a one-man band from Sweden called Magneto. Is that how you pronounce it, Matt? Who writes something along the lines of video games, EDM with influence of Doom, Mick Gordon. It's okay. Okay, let's get into this. Got this dialed up here. And let's go Sweden. Meganeko. 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 Okay, Meganeko. Awesome. Thank you. That's the toughest job that I have, is pronouncing the damn names of the bands because I get it wrong. Like the Emily thing. Emily Ninga. Okay. Yeah. Wasn't sure about that one. There's a few others that I botched, but let's get into this one. So this is it says Beethoven Moonlight Sonata, third movement, Meganeko remix. All right, let's hit this. Here we go. So video game. Bass! Double kick, double kick. Oh, pure insanity. Oh my God. Wow. That is totally video game style music, old school. That is amazing. Gosh, I'll tell you what I like most about it. Those stops, they're so dead. These really accurate stops in it, those holes are really really super cool because when you're writing with a computer like that, you don't have any hangover. You don't have this thing like with regular instruments like guitars or drums, even drums, and you've got this resonance. You got this stuff that hangs over and stuff. It's like with this, the synth, it is like a dead stop. So it's a lot of fun. Electronic music can be really fun. Um, but you can't perform something like this in in real life. Like humans can't do this. So this is kind of one of those things where it's like, yeah, let's show off what if you could abandon somebody having to perform this. Let's see what we could do with a computer. And I know that you're able to what's called step write, if any of you are familiar with that technique for recording, which I'll explain this to you. And I've done step writing before too for various things, but basically how it works is you set your duration in your digital audio workstation, whatever you're using for sequencer, and you set the duration of the notes. So let's say that you wanted to do some insanely quick passage with a lot of notes. So let's say that you're choosing a 16th note as your division, your note duration. And so what you're able to do is you set up your session and you put it in step right mode. You say what your duration is. So you go to your keyboard, and every time you hit a note on the keyboard, it will log that. It will take that note, and it'll be basically it's a MIDI note. It's a 16th note duration, and it logs it. So you hit the note, 16th note is registered, and then the next note that you hit is another 16th right next to that. So now you got two 16th notes, and you can just keep doing that, right? So that means you don't have to play that in real time. You can step those notes in at whatever tempo that the song is at. So you can do the most insane riff just by stepping these notes in one at a time, not in real time. And you put these notes in, and then you let it fly, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I've done this before for various reasons, but Yeah, so I hear a lot of that going on in this song. Um, yeah, so Matt, you're saying that he goes plays live. Yeah, he's got to use sequencers live, I'm sure. Maybe he'll hold down a pad or something to say that he can play live. He'll probably just hold down a pad or something. I don't know, but definitely can't perform those licks live. That's just all computer stuff. Um, yeah, Mannheim Steamroller. Yeah, Ralph. I hear you, man. Um, Trans Siberian. Yeah. It's kind of like those things on steroids. Yeah. Computer generated. The sound of it, I totally get that. Yep. Yeah, I get it. I love the Mannheim Steamroller. That stuff always makes me happy. I don't know. Does it do it for you too? That there's that sound that they have. With the songs that they do, just the synths that they use makes me happy when I hear it. Yeah. Is this your favorite tune from this artist, Matt? Is this your favorite one from them? Yeah, Ralph, I haven't listened to that in years either. Also, think of the Electric Light Parade at Disneyland. That stuff, same kind of thing. Definitely one of your faves. Awesome, dude. Thanks for sharing that with us. This is fun because it's like when I do reactions, it's such a solitary thing for me, and I don't get to have a conversation with anyone when I do it. So I'm really enjoying this. This is cool. Also, hearing your point of view about this music too. It's a new experience to this whole reaction thing. So I'm loving this. This is cool. So we've got Ralph. Oh, yes. Mike Massé, right? That's how you say his name. I'm pretty sure it's Massé. He's doing the Phil Collins song "Against All Odds." What a beautiful, beautiful song that this is, "Against All Odds." Yeah, this one gets me. So it says "Against All Odds." Hold on one second. Let me see here. Yeah, so "Against All Odds," Phil Collins cover, Mike Massé. You're seeing what I'm seeing on my lower monitor here, featuring Gilson, Ness, Polini, and Bryce Bloom. Yes, I've heard of Bryce Bloom before. Okay. Oh, bye, Brian. Thanks for hanging with us. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, are you guys saying that you're getting an echo on your side? I hope not. Okay, cool. It must have happened when I switched to the other monitor. Okay, so let's get into this one. Uh, okay, only on the Y screen. Okay, gotcha. So let's get into the "Against All Odds," and we'll chat about it afterwards. Go.
How can I just let you walk away? Just let you leave without a trace. When I stand here taking every breath with you. Ooh, you're the only one who really knew me at all. How can you just walk away from me when all I can do is watch you leave? 'Cause we've shared the laughter and the pain, and even shared the tears. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. Well, there's just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. Now take a look at me now. to face. I wish I could just make you turn around and see me cry. There's so much I need to say to you, so many reasons why. You're the only one who really knew me at all. So take a look at me now. Well, there's just an empty space, and there's nothing left here to remind me. Just a memory of your face. Now take a look at me now, 'cause there's just an empty space. But to wait for you is all I can do, and that's what I've got to face. Take a good look at me now, 'cause I'll still be standing here, and you coming back to me is against all odds. It's the chance I've got to take. Take a look at me now.
He's got that synth doubled on his piano. I bet it's a double patch on that thing. So my question, I'm curious to know, for songs like this, do you have to be in that, like, do you have to be living through this in order to write a song as good as this? Or can you just be in a good place and imagine that you have broken up with somebody, or imagine that you're in the situation and generate those feelings and be able to write such beautiful, poignant lyrics without being in that state of mind? It's really interesting to me. Hey, Meg. Yeah, this got me too. I got a little teary eyed. Got a little teary eyed. Yeah, maybe a bit of both. Maybe even recollecting past experiences. That's a good point. You know, Matt, that it's probably, maybe you're not going through it in the moment, but maybe you did go through it and you still feel those things. You still have those feelings. I think that would work really well. Man, what a great writer. You know, Phil Collins is such a great songwriter, but it's interesting how, you know, some of the greatest songwriters just have a knack for being able to state such profoundly deep things with very simple lyrics. And if you ever tried it yourself, you know it's not that easy. Hey, Kim, how was your you went for a bike ride, right? I see Iron Kim in here. Yeah, Joe says, yep. Not all the songs are autobiographical, but it helps. Yeah. Oh, good. Glad you had a good ride. I was, most of you probably know I'm such a huge Bowie fan, and sometimes his lyrics are a little bit cryptic and not quite sure exactly what he's talking about. But he does that purposefully. He did that purposefully, and also it allows you to kind of apply your own meaning to the lyrics, which makes it more personal of an experience for you. So I get that. But I've read so many biographies about Bowie, and also I have and have read most of this book I have, which is the breakdown of every song that he's written, the story behind each song, and it's so fascinating. It's my favorite book of his. It's where I get all of my source material if I'm doing videos about him. And the thing that I was shocked by is that every song that he has written that I know of, that I read about, is extremely personal to him. That he is not just coming up with some imaginary stuff. That there is some relating factor or connection that is personal to him that he's writing about, and I didn't realize that. So in a lot of these songs that I read about the backstory behind these songs, I was just it just connected me even more because he was talking about specific things that happened to him, and I was like, boy, that's that's deep. That's deep. I didn't know, like, he wrote a song. I think it's off of Scary Monsters, because you're young. There's a song on there. I love that song. Oh, but he wrote that as a message to his son, and I didn't know that. And it's like it's very poignant because he's talking about um, being, like, choosing the right person to to connect up to be your partner in life, and how difficult that is, and some other things that were like these father son uh, gems. It was like, oh my god, this is deeper than I thought it was. Very, very cool. um Matt, great comment. I suppose that era of music was just exploding with musicality, man. Yeah. um that and I have been listening to music all my life, and decades, decades worth of music. And it's I have definitely seen a change, and most of you are at least close to my age, so I think you've experienced too that uh, they don't write them like that anymore. you know, it's uh, those those days of songwriters like Billy Joel, Elton John, and these incredible songwriters, Phil Collins. I mean, there are a lot of them. These these craftsmen, these guys that would write these incredible lyrics, um, that would just penetrate your soul. It just seems like that has been lost. We don't have that so much anymore. And that's probably why uh, these these tribute slash cover bands are so popular, because I think we all miss that in our generation. Um, I'm reading your comment, Ralph. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm just reading comments, catching up with the comments here. Yeah, yeah, very true, very true. Elton didn't write the lyric. That was Bernie Taupin. Um, I love that movie that came out where they show when they put together your song, like when he first got the lyrics for your song, Rocket Man. That's it. That's it. I really like that movie. That scene where he gets handed the lyrics um, to your song, and oh, gets me, gets me. Um, yeah, I would say that a lot of the groups today, technically and musically, are sophisticated. Like Matt, you talk about Snarky Puppy, and Joe the Warning. Uh, these are great, really solid bands, really, really talented, great bands. Um, but I don't hear the same kind of craftsmanship when it comes to lyrics for most of the groups that I've heard. But I mean, they're out there. I think that they're out there. I've mentioned before, I'm a big fan of Haliker, and I think that they have some great lyrics. Um, so yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, Music has really changed over the years. I mean, even in um, the way that it's sold, the way that it's marketed, um, how the artist gets paid. I mean, things have changed a lot, and I think in ways that are not great for the music business. And uh, you know, the yeah, the artists get paid now. Yeah, um, it's funny because things have reversed, Ralph, when it comes to uh, the financial aspect for these groups. Because once upon a time, the bands would make money off of the physical media, the albums, the cassettes, the you know CDs, and they would tour in support of the sales of that media. And that doesn't really happen anymore. Now it's reversed. The media is like a promotional product for the live performances, and that's where they make their money. Yeah, exactly. My understanding is the only way to make money is touring. That's 100% right, Ralph. If you're not out there on the road putting shows out and selling your merch and having VIP experiences and all of that kind of stuff, you're not making money. So you have to find a way to get on the road with low overhead and make it happen. And that's why ticket prices are so high in a lot of instances, and the VIP experiences are very, very expensive. I know because I've done them, and that's how they're making their money. And it's a much tougher way to make money because it's pretty grueling having to go out on the road. And yeah, I think at Dirty Loops, um, those guys were on tour like nonstop for like 3 years. Luckily, they're young and they can handle it, but my God, that is a grueling, grueling thing to do. Um, oh, Joe's just mentioned that he got his. Oh, so that came out. Joe was had mentioned me a little while back that Tori was involved with this Raspberries tribute. So that's cool that came out. Um, Very cool. Yeah, 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 yeah. Great picks, you guys. Thanks for volunteering to do this with me. And if you guys are interested in it, I wouldn't mind doing it again. So I'll put that out when it's time so that you all know that you can request to be a part of it and have your request live. I really enjoyed this, guys. Um, I love the fact that I get to see your comments as I'm listening to this stuff, because you guys have a lot of information about these requests that you're making, and I don't always catch. I don't always like know enough about the bands, or you guys are like experts on these groups, so it's really cool to have an interactive thing. Also, another thing I love is that I'm able to type into the chat window as I'm watching stuff and communicate as I'm watching it, as opposed to my uh, no pause, make no comment during the video type of way that I normally do it. So this is cool because I actually get to make a comment without interrupting the video through the chat window. So very, very cool. Yes, Matt, I didn't know that you could do this on Patreon either, until I got a message from Patreon saying, "Hey, we have this capability. You should try it out with your patrons." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot." Then I had to figure out technically how to hook it up to OBS and make sure that everything's working fine. But wow, looks like I was able to do it. Um, Very cool. Just looking over a few more comments here before we sign off. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. One more thing, Matt says. One more thing. What you got, Matt? I'm not editing, Ralph. I'm just putting this up completely. I'm just gonna put the whole thing up, warts and all. Um, yeah, I prefer to do it this way as a different experience for anyone on YouTube, so they can kind of get a feel of how cool it is to be a patron. Part of the theory announced they're releasing a live version of Famished Mammon. Oh, wow. Very cool. Oh, I keep me in the loop on that, Matt. Remind me because I would love to check that out. Very, very cool. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to sign off and continue my day. I got more work to do in the studio here, but it has been a joy chatting with you guys. And like I said, I will have another one of these, and it'd be fun to do this, at least once a month. I mean, I think that would be a lot of fun. But thanks, everyone. Glad you could make it, Kim, at the end. You know, and yeah, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being patrons, and not only that, but just being my friends. And you guys always, you make me happy. You make me happy. All right, everybody. Catch you later. Bye bye.